So in this video, I've got something you probably haven't seen before, which is Double Gun Spam with Permabrew, eventually. Well, I can just say that it's not that great. I'm on 75. I don't have Permabrew yet, obviously. I chose Streambed just because it's a relatively easy map, but it's not like logs or cubism or anything. So for 76, I'm going to use a bug with Grow Blocker, where if you upgrade the Grow Blocker during a round, everything that's within its range at that time gets permanently grow blocked. So I beat 76 onto 77 and the rest of the rounds. I'm already struggling here, as you can see. For 78, I got a downdraft because I wasn't able to beat the camo wave. I guess like Shimmer didn't decamo it early enough for me to be able to just beat it like I did the regular wave. So I had to get the downdraft, and after splitting up the wave like that, it was fine. $79 is also not really an issue. The grow blocker that I got for 76 also helps here, although it's not a bugged grow blocker, it's just regular. It does its job and the balloons pop early enough that that isn't really an issue. So on to round 84, I'm like about to get Permabrew. Super ceramics were causing some issues, so I got an ice to help with the downdraft. And okay, we have Permabrew now, so for the next few rounds, things should be going a lot easier. Because it's effectively like triple damage and attack speed boost and pierce boost and all that good stuff. So I just skipped ahead to 95, which is where things start getting interesting. I got a Sabo. I got Splatter on the Mob Glue. And it kind of just barely works here, but it's good enough. $96 is not too bad, although on my first attempt I didn't beat it. Just got overwhelmed a little bit near the end. There were just too many mobs for me to deal with on that part. So I decided that I'm going to get first strike for 100, and I'm going to get it early because I can use the splash on the ability to help clean up everything. Because the ability has a splash of 350 damage, infinite pierce around a smallish area where it hits, and it automatically targets the strongest balloon. So it's like not nearly as good as Ground Zero in terms of cleanup, but it's still something. So I'm gonna first strike when everything is in Moab so that I can hit the first one, like about now. Also, I got the Airburst crosspath because I have Permabrew, so it's going to be doing a fair bit of damage itself, which is helpful, of course. So for 98, it's not too bad. You just have to time your first strike well. Not like that. because as you see, we're just gonna get overwhelmed a lot here. So like I should have saved it for the end to do better cleanup there. And I'm dead. So I got 2 Mo presses, or 1 Mo press, and then I'm gonna buy a second one in the middle of the round. And I think that'll help clump everything together and make first strike more effective, and I'll hopefully be able to use it a bit later. So I had a lot of fortified Moabs there, and I just used first strike to clear out most of them, which will help a lot here. And then, yeah, so Pat is slapping back all the Moabs here, which was really helpful in mid game and even in late game now, since I guess the setup has a tendency to turn everything into Moabs. It's definitely super helpful here. And the Pat buff itself is, I think, probably more effective than Gwen, which is like the other hero that I might have chosen here. Gwen is useful like in these challenges sometimes because her buff is global, and it also gives lead popping power. But since I've got a Permabrew, like neither of those things are really an issue. Anyway, I got a reactor on the first strike just to reduce the cooldown a bit. It wasn't really necessary because the map is super long, so you can just use it twice on round 100 anyway. Oops, I messed up my first strike timing there, so I'll just do it again, use it a bit earlier. And so that's it for this challenge. Don't use this strategy. It's terrible. Complete waste of money, and you should use literally any other tower instead.